Hey Libra, welcome back to the channel. I have been feeling pulled to do this reading for you all week, and the energy around your sign right now is honestly so interesting. I just sat down with my deck, and I have to say, what came through for you is something I think a lot of you have been waiting to hear. So grab your coffee or tea, get comfortable, and let me share what the cards are showing me about what is coming towards you. Before I get into the actual cards, I want to say that this reading has a very specific energy to it. It feels like there is someone in your life, or someone who is about to step into your life, and they are finally ready to be completely honest with you. This is not about games anymore, not about confusion or mixed signals. This person is moving towards a place of real clarity, and they want to bring that clarity to you. So if you have been feeling uncertain about someone's intentions, if you have been wondering whether someone actually means what they say, or if you are just reading too much into things, I think this reading is going to give you some answers. All right, let me start pulling cards for you and see what is really going on here. The first card I pulled for you is the Empress, and honestly, Libra, this card came out with such beautiful energy. The Empress is all about abundance, nurturing, creation, and this deep feminine energy that is both receptive and incredibly powerful. When I see this card in your reading, especially at the beginning, it tells me that what is coming towards you is something that is going to make you feel genuinely cared for. This is not surface-level attention. This is not someone who is going to love bomb you for a week and then disappear. The Empress represents something sustainable, something real, something that actually nourishes you on a deep level. What I find really interesting about the Empress showing up here is that this card often appears when someone is ready to invest in something real. Think about what the Empress represents. She is sitting in her garden, surrounded by abundance that she has cultivated over time. Nothing about her energy is rushed or forced. Everything grows naturally, but it grows because she has put in the care, the attention, the consistent effort. So when this card shows up talking about someone coming towards you, it is telling me that this person has done their own inner work. They have been thinking about what they really want. They have been processing their feelings, and now they are ready to offer you something that has real substance to it. For some of you, this might be someone from your past who is coming back. But they are coming back different. They are not coming back with the same energy they had before. They have grown, they have matured, they have realized what they lost or what they walked away from, and now they understand the value of what you bring to the table. The Empress does not chase or beg. She knows her worth. And I think this card is also reminding you of your own worth here. You deserve someone who sees you the way the Empress sees her garden, something precious that deserves care and attention and consistent nurturing. I'm also getting that for some of you. The Empress is talking about a person who is very emotionally generous. This is someone who is not afraid of feelings, who is not going to make you feel like you are asking for too much when you express your needs. They want to give to you. They want to make you happy. They want to create something beautiful with you. And I know that might sound too good to be true, especially if you have been dealing with people who were emotionally unavailable or inconsistent. But that is exactly what this card is promising. A shift from scarcity to abundance in how you are loved. The next card I pulled is the King of Cups in Libra. When this card shows up right after the Empress, I have to tell you, this is giving me such clear confirmation about who this person is and what they are bringing to the table. The King of Cups is the card of emotional maturity. This is someone who has mastered their emotions. They are not controlled by their feelings, but they are also not shut off from them. They have found that perfect balance between being emotionally available and being emotionally stable, which honestly is so rare. When I look at the King of Cups in the context of someone coming towards you with truth and commitment, what I am seeing is that this person has reached a point where they are ready to be vulnerable with you in a way they maybe could not be before. The King of Cups is not afraid of deep conversations. He is not afraid of saying I love you, or I was wrong, or I want to try again. He has done the emotional work to get to a place where he can show up authentically. And that is what he wants to do with you. What really stands out to me about this card is the maturity it represents. The King of Cups has been through things. He has experienced emotional ups and downs. He has probably made mistakes in relationships before, but instead of becoming jaded or closed off, he has learned from those experiences. He has developed compassion, both for himself and for others. He understands that relationships require effort and communication and patience, and he is ready to bring all of that understanding to his connection with you. I am hearing very clearly that this person wants to have real conversations with you. They want to tell you how they actually feel. They want to apologize if they hurt you, or if they were not showing up the way they should have been. The King of Cups energy is all about emotional honesty and emotional intelligence. This is not someone who is going to tell you what you want to hear just to keep you around. This is someone who is going to tell you the truth, even when it is hard, because they respect you enough to be real with you. For those of you who have been dealing with someone who was hot and cold, who was confusing, who could not make up their mind about what they wanted, the King of Cups is showing me that this person is moving out of that energy. They are stepping into clarity. They have figured out what they want, and they are ready to communicate that to you in a direct and honest way. No more games, no more confusion, no more wondering where you stand with them. Now, the third card that came out is the Four of Pentacles, and this one is really interesting because on the surface, this card can look kind of negative. The Four of Pentacles traditionally represents holding on tightly to things, being afraid of loss, sometimes being a bit controlling or resistant to change. But in the context of your reading, I am actually interpreting this card in a more nuanced way, and I think it is showing me something important about where this person has been and why they might have held back before. The Four of Pentacles tells me that this person has been protecting themselves. They have been holding on to their emotions, holding back from fully investing in the connection because they were scared. Maybe they were scared of getting hurt. Maybe they were scared of making the wrong choice. Maybe they had been burned in the past, and they built walls around their heart as a defense mechanism. The Four of Pentacles is often about fear of vulnerability, fear of losing control, fear of letting someone in completely. But here is what is interesting. This card is showing up in a reading about someone coming towards you with honesty and commitment, which tells me that this person is recognizing their own patterns. They are becoming aware of how they have been holding back, how they have been letting fear control their actions, and they are ready to change that. The Four of Pentacles can represent the moment, right before someone decides to open their hands and let things flow naturally instead of gripping so tightly. I think this card is also explaining why there might have been distance or confusion before. This person was not ready. They were too caught up in their own fear and their own need for control, but something has shifted for them. Maybe they realized that holding on so tightly was actually pushing away the very thing they wanted. Maybe they realized that real security in a relationship does not come from control. It comes from trust and openness and mutual respect. For some of you, this person might even acknowledge this when they come forward. They might say something like, "I know I held back before," or "I know I did not let you all the way in," or "I was protecting myself, and I realize now that I was actually sabotaging what we could have had." The Four of Pentacles is showing me that this person has gained some serious self-awareness about their own barriers and blocks, and that self-awareness is what is allowing them to move forward differently now. The fourth card is the Nine of Pentacles and Libra. This card makes me so happy for you. The Nine of Pentacles is one of my favorite cards in the entire deck because it represents true independence, self-sufficiency, and the kind of confidence that comes from knowing you have built something valuable with your own two hands. When this card shows up, it is often talking about someone who is in a really good place in their life. They are not desperate. They are not looking for someone to complete them or fix them. They are whole on their own. In the context of someone coming towards you, the Nine of Pentacles tells me that this person has gotten their life together. They have been working on themselves. They have been focusing on their own growth, their own goals, their own stability. And now they are coming to you from a place of wholeness, not from a place of need. This is so important because it means they want you in their life, because they genuinely value you and want to share their life with you, not because they need you to fill some void or solve some problem for them. I am also getting that this person might be doing well financially or professionally. The Nine of Pentacles often shows up when someone has achieved a level of success or stability in their material world. They might have recently gotten a promotion, or started a business, or just reached a point where they feel secure and grounded in their life circumstances. And that external stability is reflecting their internal stability. They feel good about themselves and where they are in life, and from that grounded place, they are ready to build something real with you. What I love about the Nine of Pentacles energy is that it is not needy or clingy. This person is not going to lose themselves in the relationship. They have their own life. their own interests, their own sense of identity. But they want to invite you into that life. They want to share what they have built. They want to create a partnership where both people are bringing their best selves to the table. This is adult love, mature love, the kind of love that enhances both people's lives without either person losing themselves. The fifth card I am seeing is the Nine of Swords. And okay, this card brings in a different energy. The Nine of Swords is the card of anxiety, worry, sleepless nights, mental torment. When I see this card, it usually represents someone who has been struggling with their thoughts, someone who has been kept awake at night by worry or regret or fear. In your reading, I think this card is showing me what this person has been going through internally. The Nine of Swords tells me that this person has not been at peace with the situation between you two. They have been thinking about you constantly. They have been replaying conversations in their mind, analyzing their choices, wondering if they made the right decision by pulling back or walking away or not being fully present. This card represents genuine mental and emotional struggle. This person has been tormented by their feelings for you and by the awareness that they might have messed things up. I want you to understand that the Nine of Swords is not a light card. This is not someone who is casually thinking, "Oh, I wonder what they are up to." This is someone who is losing sleep over you, someone who wakes up in the middle of the night and cannot stop thinking about what could have been or what still could be, someone who is carrying real regret and real anxiety about the state of things between you. What is interesting is that the Nine of Swords often appears right before someone decides they cannot take it anymore, and they have to do something about their situation. The anxiety and worry becomes so intense that it actually pushes them to take action. They realize they cannot keep living with these thoughts and feelings. They have to address them. They have to speak up. They have to be honest, even if it is scary, because carrying this internal turmoil is even scarier than the risk of being vulnerable. So when I see the Nine of Swords in a reading about someone coming towards you with truth and honesty, I interpret it as showing me the catalyst for their decision to reach out. They have been suffering in silence, and they have realized that the only way to find peace is to be honest with you about how they really feel. They cannot pretend anymore. They cannot keep things surface level anymore. The weight of their unspoken feelings has become too much to carry alone. The sixth card that came through is the Four of Wands and Libra. This is such a hopeful card. The Four of Wands is all about celebration, stability, building something together, creating a foundation for the future. This is the card of homecoming, of reunion, of things finally falling into place. When I see the Four of Wands, I think of two people coming together to create something stable and joyful and worth celebrating. In your reading, the Four of Wands is showing me the potential outcome of this situation. If this person comes forward with their truth and their commitment, if you are open to hearing them out and giving things another chance, the Four of Wands suggests that you two could build something really beautiful together. This card is about partnership in the truest sense. It is about two people deciding to create a life together, to support each other, to celebrate each other's wins, to be each other's home base. What I love about the Four of Wands is that it represents stability without stagnation. Yes, it is about commitment and building something lasting, but it is also about joy and celebration, and keeping things fun and light even as you are creating something serious. This is not boring, obligatory partnership. This is the kind of relationship where you genuinely enjoy each other's company, where you look forward to coming home to each other, where there is laughter and warmth and genuine happiness. I am also getting that the Four of Wands might represent an actual celebration or milestone coming up. For some of you, this could be about moving in together, getting engaged, having some kind of commitment ceremony or celebration of your relationship. For others, it might be more symbolic, like a moment where you both realize, this is it. This is what we have been looking for. This is what we want to build together. The Four of Wands is telling me that despite whatever confusion or distance or difficulty came before, there is real potential here for something stable and happy and fulfilling. The foundation is there. The feelings are there. The desire to build something together is there. What is needed now is for both people to be willing to show up honestly and work together to create that stability and joy. The seventh card is the High Priestess, and this card adds such an interesting dimension to your reading. The High Priestess is all about intuition, inner knowing, secrets, hidden information, the subconscious mind. She represents the things we know without being told, the truths that exist beneath the surface, the wisdom that comes from looking inward rather than outward. When the High Priestess shows up in a reading about someone coming towards you with truth, it tells me a few things. First, I think your intuition has been picking up on all of this already. You have probably been sensing that something was shifting with this person. You might have been getting feelings or hunches, or just knowing deep down that they were thinking about you, even if you had no concrete evidence. The High Priestess is confirming that your intuitive hits have been accurate. Trust what you have been sensing. Second, the High Priestess suggests that not everything is going to be said out loud right away. This person is coming forward with honesty, yes, but there are layers to this situation. There are things they are still processing internally. There are emotions they are still trying to understand or articulate. The High Priestess represents the deeper currents beneath the surface conversation. So when this person reaches out or has that honest conversation with you, pay attention not just to their words but to the energy behind them, to what is unsaid, to what you feel intuitively about their true intentions. I am also getting that the High Priestess is encouraging you to stay connected to your own inner wisdom throughout this process. Yes, this person is coming forward with truth and commitment. Yes, the cards are showing positive potential. But you still need to listen to your own intuition about whether this feels right for you. The High Priestess reminds us that we all have access to deep wisdom within ourselves. You know what you need. You know what you deserve. You know whether this person's energy feels aligned with what you truly want. Do not override your intuition just because someone is saying the right things. Make sure it feels right in your body, in your heart, in your gut. The High Priestess can also indicate that there are things about this situation that will be revealed over time. You might not get all the answers immediately. This person might be honest about their feelings now, but there could be more to the story that unfolds gradually as you rebuild trust and communication. Be patient with the process. Let things reveal themselves naturally. The High Priestess teaches us that not everything needs to be forced into the light immediately. Some truths emerge slowly, and that is okay. The 8th card here is the Three of Wands, and I really like seeing this card in your reading because it is all about looking towards the future with optimism and excitement. The Three of Wands shows someone standing on a cliff, looking out at the horizon, watching their ships come in. It is about having a vision for what is possible, about taking action towards your goals, about things you set in motion, finally starting to return to you with positive results. In the context of someone coming towards you, the Three of Wands tells me that this person is thinking long-term. They are not coming back or coming forward for a short-term thing. They are not looking for something casual or temporary. They are looking at you and seeing future potential. They are envisioning what a life with you could look like, and they are excited about that vision. The Three of Wands is the card of expansion, of growth, of moving forward together towards something bigger than where either of you are now. I am getting that this person might want to talk to you about future plans. They might bring up conversations about where you both see this going, what you both want out of a relationship, what kind of life you want to build together. The Three of Wands is not content with just existing in the present moment. It wants to dream and plan and work towards something meaningful. So if this person comes forward, expect the conversation to include some forward-looking elements. They want to know if you are on the same page about the future. They want to understand if your visions align. The Three of Wands also suggests that whatever was set in motion between you two previously is now coming back around, but in a more mature and developed form. Think about it like this. When you send ships out to sea, you are investing in something with the hope and expectation that they will return with greater value than what you sent out. That is what is happening here. The initial connection between you two was the first investment. Now, after time and growth and separation or confusion, things are coming back around, but with more depth, more maturity, more potential than before. For some of you, the Three of Wands might also indicate that distance has played a role in this situation. Maybe you and this person are physically apart right now. Maybe one of you has been traveling or relocated. Maybe there has been emotional distance, even if you are in the same place. The Three of Wands suggests that this distance is actually helping you both gain perspective on what you really want and what you mean to each other. Sometimes we need space to see clearly. The 9th card is Justice and Libra. This is your card, so it showing up in your reading feels really significant. Justice is all about truth, fairness, accountability, cause and effect, karma, things being balanced and set right. When justice appears, it is often indicating that a situation is going to be resolved in a way that is fair and appropriate. What is meant to happen will happen. What is deserved will be received. In your reading, Justice tells me that this person coming forward with truth and honesty is actually part of a larger karmic balancing. If they hurt you before, if they were unclear or unavailable or not showing up properly, Justice suggests that they are now recognizing that and want to make it right. This is not just about them wanting you back because they miss you. This is about them understanding on a deeper level that there is a debt to be paid, energetically speaking. They owe you honesty. They owe you clarity. They owe you a real apology if their actions caused you pain. Justice is also about truth coming to light. If there has been any deception or confusion or miscommunication in this situation, Justice indicates that the truth is going to come out. Things that were hidden will be revealed. Misunderstandings will be cleared up. You are going to get the clarity you have been seeking, and that clarity is going to help you make a fair and balanced decision about how you want to proceed. What I find really powerful about Justice showing up here is that this card does not just represent external fairness. It also represents internal integrity. Justice asks us to be honest with ourselves about what we really want and what we are willing to accept. So yes, this person is coming forward with truth and commitment, but Justice is also asking you to be truthful with yourself. Do you want this? Does this align with your values and your vision for your life? Can you forgive what happened before? Are you willing to give this another chance? Justice supports you in making whatever decision is truly right for you, as long as that decision is based on honesty and self-awareness rather than fear or obligation. The final card I pulled for you is the Tower and Libra. I know this card can look scary, but hear me out on this one because, in the context of your reading, I actually think the Tower is playing a positive role. Yes, the Tower is the card of sudden change, of structures crumbling, of things falling apart so that something new can be built. But sometimes that destruction is necessary. Sometimes we need things to fall apart so we can rebuild them correctly. In your reading, I think the Tower represents the breakthrough that is allowing this person to come forward. Something had to shatter for them. Some illusion had to crumble. Some false belief or defense mechanism or pattern had to break down completely before they could see clearly and act differently. The Tower is often the card that appears when someone has a sudden realization, a moment of truth that changes everything. I think this person has had that Tower moment. Something clicked for them. They saw the truth of the situation clearly, maybe for the first time. And that shocking clarity is what is propelling them towards you with honesty now. The Tower can also represent the dismantling of old relationship patterns. If you and this person have been stuck in a cycle, going back and forth, unclear about what you mean to each other, the Tower suggests that cycle is ending. It has to end. It cannot continue the way it has been. So the Tower comes in and destroys that old pattern completely, which creates space for something entirely new to be built between you. For some of you, the Tower might represent a difficult conversation or confrontation that needs to happen. This person coming forward with truth might mean they have to admit things that are hard to say. They might have to confess feelings they have been hiding, or acknowledge ways they hurt you, or reveal information that changes your understanding of the situation. That moment might feel intense or shocking or emotional. But on the other side of that Tower moment is clarity, truth, and the opportunity to build something on a foundation of honesty rather than illusion. The Tower reminds us that sometimes love requires us to destroy what is not working so we can create what is real. If this person is willing to have that Tower moment with you, to let their walls crumble, to speak their truth even when it is scary and uncomfortable, that is actually a really powerful sign of their commitment to building something genuine with you. So Libra, let me bring all of these cards together for you. What I am seeing in your reading is that there is definitely someone who is moving towards a place of emotional clarity and readiness when it comes to you. This is someone who has been through their own internal process. They have been struggling with anxiety and worry about the situation. They have been holding back because of fear, but they have reached a point where they cannot stay in that stuck place anymore. Something has shifted. Something has broken open. And now they are ready to come towards you with real honesty, real emotional maturity, and real commitment. The cards are showing me that this person sees long-term potential with you. They are not interested in games or casual connection. They want to build something stable and joyful and meaningful. They want to celebrate a life together. They recognize that they held back before, and they understand now that holding on so tightly to their fear was actually preventing them from having what they truly want, which is a real connection with you. When this person comes forward, expect them to be emotionally honest in a way they might not have been before. The King of Cups and the Empress together tell me that this person is ready to nurture this connection properly, to be vulnerable, to communicate clearly about feelings and intentions. Justice suggests they want to make things right if they messed up before. They want to clear the air. They want to give you the clarity and respect you deserve. And the Tower indicates they have had a breakthrough that is making all of this possible. Now, as all of this unfolds, the High Priestess reminds you to stay connected to your own intuition. Listen to what this person says, but also feel into whether their energy matches their words. Pay attention to whether this feels right for you, not just whether it sounds right. You have inner wisdom that knows what you need and what you deserve. Trust that wisdom. The outcome potential here, shown by the Four of Wands and Three of Wands, is really beautiful. There is real possibility for you two to build something stable and happy together. Something that grows and expands over time. Something worth celebrating. But that outcome depends on both people showing up with honesty, maturity, and genuine commitment. The cards are showing that this person is ready to do that. The question is whether you feel ready and willing to give this another chance or to receive what they are offering. Hope this reading resonated with you and gave you some clarity about what is happening energetically around your connections right now. If this reading felt accurate, let me know in the comments. I love hearing from you all about how these messages land. And if you have been feeling this energy already, if you have been sensing that someone is thinking about you or about to reach out, trust that intuition. The cards are confirming what you already know deep down. Thank you so much for being here and for trusting me to read for you. I am sending you so much love and so much support as you navigate whatever is coming. Remember that you deserve honesty, you deserve commitment, and you deserve someone who sees your value and is willing to show up for you properly. Do not settle for less than that. Trust yourself, trust the process, and know that the universe is guiding you towards what is truly meant for you. I will see you in the next reading.